Hi guys, hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing fine. Everything is moving on well with you. Welcome back to this channel and hope you've enjoyed your day. It's yet another day. Welcome. Pass by to this channel, and if this information is important for you, then hit that subscribing button. Thank you so much and welcome to this channel. Today we are going to talk about mamas. How will you know if you're pregnant? Some of us are caught unaware. Sometimes it takes even 3 months to realize that you're pregnant. But you can see these other, some cautious things that can happen to you, and you're like, what's happening? Am I having a fever? Am I having? You see, there's these small things that can happen to you, and you don't know what's the problem. So it could be you're pregnant. It could be you're expecting. So come on. Let's learn and see some signs of pregnancy. Let's learn and see what are those some early signs, even before missing your periods. What are those some signs of pregnancy? So welcome to this channel and hope you'll get something. So let's just jump into the topic. And here I'm talking on my experience, what happened to me when before even knowing that I was pregnant. But in actual sense, I was pregnant and I didn't know that I was pregnant. But there are these things that were happening to me that showed that I was pregnant. So this could be you. This could be you also. So let's jump in and look at some of the things that can make you or can make you have think that you're pregnant. And also, as I'm talking, this can be also on two sides. You can either be pregnant or maybe you are not. But it's okay if you go and check. But let's jump in and see. The first most thing is having tender boobs. Your boobs can be so tender. Mine were so tender. Not only being tender, but they were so like painful. Like they become full, and they are so painful sometimes. If you squeeze them or if you press them, they are so full and they are so painful. You're like, what's happening to my breast? Sometimes even you can see some little liquid coming. That is a very sign that you're pregnant, especially if you see that a few liquid coming out of your breast and they are very tender and they are very full. Sometimes they can be so round. We're like, am I a teenage girl? They can be so round and so nice looking, so full. My dear, there you might be pregnant, or I don't know. But in most cases, in that thing, you're pregnant. So tender breast and sometimes painful and sensitive, and they become so full. So you might be pregnant. But the other thing is headache. You find that you're having that constant headache that does not end. You're like, in the morning you wake up, you're having headache. In the evening, the headache doesn't end. You're like, what's happening? You may take even painkillers, but the headache just continues. You know what? Because you are dehydrating. You need some more hydration because of the process, the hormones and everything was taking place, taking up your water and everything. So headache is another thing of signs of early pregnancy. But the other thing could be also dizziness. Sometimes you feel so dizzy. You feel like the whole world is moving. Sometimes you are not understanding yourself. You sit down and you see like things are moving. You sleep and you see like things are moving. So that one could also be early sign of pregnant. So if you see that things are just moving around and you're not understanding, it could be pregnant. But the other thing that I experienced when I was having my baby boys, having that metallic taste in the mouth. I don't know how I can explain this metallic taste, but you find that your tongue is like a piece of metal. You find that you are having that metallic taste. You find that your tongue is tasting metallic, and I don't know how I can explain this, but I think my fellow women who have experienced this can also confirm with me. Having that metallic taste in your tongue. But the other thing is having cramps. Like you're going to see your periods, but then you are not. You are seeing some cramps that you're not understanding, and also having waist pain. Also, my waist was paining. I was having some waist pain and cramps. Like the waist is so paining, the back is paining, and you are not understanding. So those cramps that you're not seeing periods, but you're having cramps, constant cramps. Go and check out. The other thing also, bloated stomach. Sometimes the stomach bloats and it becomes like hard. You press it, it's like it's hard. Sometimes it disappears and then it reappears again. The stomach bloats. That could be a sign of pregnancy. But also the other thing, high sense of smell. I think 90% of women have experienced the high sense of smell. You smell even something from afar. For me, I used to have that smell of onion when they're cooking onions, and I'm smelling onions. I'm like, I want to puke. I feel so bad. Everything smells. Sometimes everything you find, everything is smelling. You find even somebody passes by like, and nobody has smelled, but for you, everything, you have that high sense of smell. Everything is smelling around you. You see, everything is smelling. If your own clothes, your own body, sometimes you find everything is smelling. So that high sense of smell, my dear, it could be a sign of pregnancy. Sometimes also the other thing is huge craving. Sometimes you can crave salty things, sometimes sweet things. Sometimes you find that you are just there craving for things. You can crave for sweet. I used to crave for ice cream. You eat ice cream. After you finish that one ice cream, you feel like you need another one. You feel like you need. The craving doesn't end. You're like, what's happening? So that could be a sign of pregnancy. The other thing is mood swing. Mood swing is also another common sign of pregnancy. You find that sometimes your moods are okay, sometimes you are laughing, sometimes you are hugging your babies, and sometimes you are yelling at them. Sometimes you are like you are smiling, the other time you are crying. The moods just change all of a sudden. You find that your moods are not the same. They don't balance. This time you're happy, the other time you are annoyed, the other time you are this, the other time you are this. So you find that so go and check out. You could be pregnant. The other thing is hunger, my dear. You are eating and you feel like there is a hole inside your stomach. You want to eat this, again you want to eat this. After sometimes you feel like again you're hungry, you want to eat. After that hunger, I don't know where it comes from, but that hunger is also another sign of pregnancy. The other thing is nasal congestion. This one is too bad. It was too bad for me. You find like your nose is clogged. You want to sneeze all the time. You are sniffing all the time. You find that your throat is something. All the time you are sniffing. So the nose is congested. That one could also be a sign, and it's also a very common sign of pregnancy. If you have that nasal congestion, is also another sign of pregnancy. The other thing is extreme fatigue, my dear. You are from waking up in the morning, but you are like you want again to go back and sleep. Because you feel you're so tired, you're like, I'm just from waking up, I've spent almost 12 hours sleeping, I'm waking up, but you want again to go and sleep. That extreme fatigue, you find that you are so tired all the time. So that could also be a sign of pregnancy. The thing is spotting. That one is also another common signs of pregnancy. You find that your pants, you see those spots, but this is implantation. That when the egg implants the uterus, there are some spots. Sometimes you can see some spots of blood on your pants. So that one is another sign of pregnancy. The other thing is sometimes you feel like puking. You find that this time you're having diarrhea, but the other time you may have constipation. So sometimes these things vary. You can either have constipation or diarrhea. But for me, what happened to me, it was diarrhea. So to somebody else, it can either be constipation. But all this can also be signs of pregnancy. The other thing is the color of your urine changes. It becomes like yellowish, and here it's because you are dehydrating, so you find that the urine changes color. So if you see that, continue drinking that water. The other thing is also sometimes you can experience discharge on your down there. You can see some discharge, something which is very sticky, but it doesn't have bad smell. It's not so smelly, but it has some funny texture. So sticky, but also that can be a sign of pregnancy. So hope I've discussed a lot on my side. What have you experienced also before knowing that you are pregnant? But the other thing also, knowing that you are really pregnant, go for checkup and you'll know whether you're pregnant or not. But hope today's topic has helped you. Thank you so much, and hope you hit that subscribing button. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.